We were never talking about apps back in the day, were we?
I was just going to say, there's no mention of apps.
I used to get all mixed up with things like forward slashes and backward slashes. Never mind.
.com. Anyway, first today, he's got the biggest heart. You're actually a very sound heart now, because it was a dicky heart at one time, wasn't it?
Shocking as hell together with gaffer tape and staples.
Yeah, you've had loads of
It's still going,
you still cracking
And they go in through your leg, you know, when they put these stents in. I said to her in the end, my cardiologist, you might as well put a zip in. I'm in that often.
Well, look, your new series with the doggies is back on. How many in the run?
This is the 8th series, so it's 8 years now.
Is it that
long? I only went in, you know, I was only supposed to do 6 hours originally.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't do 6 hours. So I ended up doing 6 months for the first show. We all did, the crew and everybody.
But the thing is, you and animals, I remember even long before you were doing...
Remember you used to bring Buster on?
Yeah.
You used to bring Buster on, yeah.
Buster.
You've always loved animals. It's part of your genetic makeup, I think, that you adore them. And in fact, at one point, you told us that you used to have, was it a parrot or a parakeet?
That was a parakeet.
It sat on your head.
Oh, that was called Henry, yeah.
And it used to swear at everyone.
Oh, shocking, yeah. I've got a dog who swears at everyone now.
Well, I was going to ask you, when did this sort of animal thing start?
I've always been mad for animals, and I used to say, you know, I wouldn't mind doing an animal show, and they'd ignore me. And, of course, when I was doing Lily Savage, that was it. So, you know, I'd never been able to go and film with orangutans or rhinos. Imagine Lily. Baboons are bad enough as it is. As soon as they see me, the glasses are ripped off and they poo on my head.
Yeah.
So and eventually, like, Battersea was sort of the breakthrough for me, because I've always avoided Battersea, because I know what I'm like. If I went in, I'd come out with 10 dogs.
Well, you have brought one home, haven't you?
I've got 4 at the moment.
Yeah.
I had 6 at one stage. 3 have died on me. Olga died, Louis died, and Bullseye died.
What happened to Buster?
Buster had cancer, and he died in the end. Yeah.
And is it mostly dogs, or is it all animals?
Oh, it's all animals.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with orangutans. I mean,
You've
really.
not got an orangutan?
No, but I'd love one, but you can't have one because they're wild animals. But no, they're not. They're like little old men. They come and sit next to you and so just wake it up, and then they, like, put the paw, you know, you get pally. And the babies are the business.
Yeah, they are very pretty, aren't they,
baboons are a different story. They, like, leap on you.
Yeah.
Poo all over you, wee all over you, rip your glasses off,
and
come out like this.
They've got those huge bottoms as well.
This is the thing, they show you the bum and you have to scratch it.
Oh, no.
Yes,
no, you
that's
don't.
how you make friends, seriously.
You're joking.
No, I'm serious, Judy. They turn around and show you the bum and you have to scratch it like that, and then your pals, you go, do I have to? And they go,
do you do the same to them?
Well, I guess you have to. I guess you have to turn...
Well, this is it, you know, it's sort of in the animal kingdom, that's courtesy. Yeah.
Getting back to the love of dogs, though, as you say, it's 8 years now, and it doesn't seem that at all. But I would have predicted, like, you know, when it started, that it maybe would have 2 or 3 series at most in it, because you'd think you'd have done it all. You know, you'd have seen the little dog coming in, you'd seen the journey, the dog comes back to health, finds a new home, you know, same old, same old. But it doesn't have that feeling to it. It always feels fresh.
Yeah. Well, it's different dog. It's what it is a Cinderella story. A dog comes in that's been abused, neglected, or dumped. Battersea get it well again, and then it gets a lovely home, the happy ending.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. You can't miss, can you?
No, and so, like, that's why puppies, if we have puppies, what can you do with a puppy? Isn't it cute? Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah.
But on the next day, there's no backstory.
Are some dogs unsavable? Are there dogs which are so disturbed because of what's happened to them that
there's always somebody, there's always a good soul out there who'll take the dog. And also, they're so good at Battersea, you know, what they do, all the staff.
What would you do if you could get your hands on the kind of person that ends up with a dog coming into Battersea because of cruelty? I mean, presumably you would return...
Well, there's a lot where we, you know, I go in and see a hideously abused dog, and they say, what do you think? And then they say, can we have that again, please, without the hanging from a lamppost by piano wire? So it's like, because I go mad. I can't bear animal cruelty, you know, and I see it, and, of course, I kick off.
It's inexplicable, though, isn't it? I mean,
what's the point? You know, why would you do it?
I suppose it must be a kind of a weird power trip, mustn't it?
Well, I think if you can do that to an animal, you could do it to a child.
Yeah.
I think so.
Definitely, you know.
And possibly, I mean, I don't know, I'm treading on shaky ground here. I can't imagine many women are cruel to animals, because it is so...
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, you would be so... And often now, things have changed. People, you know, that they can't pay their mortgage, so they lose their home, they go into rented accommodation, the landlord won't let them have a dog. Some people just can't cope, you know, and they can't face bringing the dog in. But that's just... We don't care what the story is, as long as they bring the dog in.
Yeah. Well, talking of stories, we got a little bit of a snippet of one from next week's episode. So let's have a quick look.
OK, I haven't seen it.
Do you want to go on the telly? I've got some friends in a hospital drama. How'd you feel about that? Not as a patient, don't panic. I should be a casting agent, shouldn't I, really, for dogs?
Well, if anyone can do it, you can.
Right, firstly, we need to see if you've got what it takes, kid. Let the O'Grady acting school commence.
We're going to do a bit of training, all right? And then I'm going to get you into show business.
Whilst Peaches and Macy's motivation is tennis balls, Marcy's is definitely food.
Right, this is where I'm on an ice floe, heading towards the waterfall, OK? Quick, come here. Come and save me. Look at them, look at them. Here's a boy. Marty, you're mine.
That's a lurcher, wasn't it?
It's a lurcher cross.
Yeah,
and we took him up to Holby Sissy. And Ali there is marvellous. She's the trainer. She's brilliant with dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
She had to walk him across. I couldn't because I've been on Holby Sissy and I died. So I'd have been the ghost. You know? I'm back.
And did he do all right? Did he?
He did smashing. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
just such a friendly, amiable dog. You know, he'll do anything.
Yeah.
He's just a lovely little fella.
And how? I mean, and just to sort of, we'll move on to something else in a minute. But when they appear on your show, it obviously does boost their chances of being rehomed.
Oh, it does. Yeah. And also because it's on in Canada and Australia, it's on all over the place now.
Right.
So Canadians and Australians turn up in Battersea and they say, "Where is he?" They think I work
think
at
you're
the
full-time,
kennels.
yeah.
You know, like I'm not on telly. I'm sort of like with the hose there in the kennel.
And didn't people come running up to you in Dubai? I mean, it's shown all over the world, isn't it?
I had all these little kids come rushing at me, and I thought,
Amazing.
how do you know me?
Yeah.
It's on in Dubai. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Astonishing.
You mentioned being a ghost there. You're just telling us in the break, you've actually stayed the night or been to that house that Alison...
No, I didn't stay the night.
Right.
I only went in. It was because I love doing a Most Haunted with the vet.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like Scooby-Doo. You run around in the dark screaming. I mean, it's such fun. And also, I'm curious as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to know.
And what did you think of that place? Because Alison's going to tell us about it later.
That place was a prison for witches, or
That's right.
supposed witches. They weren't witches.
No,
they were
but women were
midwives
accused of it.
Wise women.
Yeah, that's it. You know, and of course, the church and the men didn't like this. These women being so smart, so they were condemned as a witch.
And did you get a vibe when you were there?
No. It was quite a nice little place, actually. Richard, I've been locked in tombs and all sorts. I can't tell you what they've done to me. Strapped to a bed in an old asylum in Venice.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a ghost?
No, but funny enough, we've got one in our house.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Because you smell her.
Smell her?
What,
you
perfume?
get this waft of perfume, which
weird.
you could. And I went to dinner with somebody, and one of the people at the dinner, they said to me, "My friend is the granddaughter of the lady who used to live in your house," and she said, "Can you smell the perfume?"
Oh, wow.
And I said, "Yeah. But we've all smelt it, you know.
And what is it?
Nice?
Violets?
Is it a nice...
It's called Joy by Jean
Oh, Joy,
Patou.
it's very expensive, isn't
and
it?
it's very heady. No, it's not scary.
No, I said extraordinary. Yeah.
And the other thing you get a whiff of is home perm solution. So I'll be sat on the couch.
Well, that's you. That's Lily.
Lily having her hair done. And you get this whiff, you know, of that ammonia, and you think... It takes me back to my mother years ago, sat there with a plastic cape on, having her hair done.
Sally, very quickly, I saw a ghost in a hotel room. Judy and I were staying in Paris once. It was in the middle of the night, and I woke up, and I could see... I thought Judy sitting on the side of the bed in the half-dark, coming in from the street lamps outside. And she didn't move, and I thought, oh, is she kind of sleepwalking? And I put my hand out to tap her on the back. And I couldn't get my hand to her because, in fact, Judy was lying down next to me. And this was somebody strange in our bedroom, sitting on the side of the bed.
Sure, somebody hadn't broken in.
Well, that's what I thought. No, that's exactly what I thought.
We were right. It was an incredibly high, modern building. It was a tower, wasn't it?
We were about the 10th floor.
Yeah.
No, I thought somebody had broken in. Some weirdo had broken in. So I reached down for my trusty torch that I always take with me. And as I looked up, this figure, at superhuman speed, stood up and crossed the room, like impossibly fast.
I'd have dropped dead.
I nearly did, mate.
You
I tell
probably
you.
would.
You probably would, yeah, with your ticker. Anyway, I went after it. I went after it, and I thought it had gone into the bathroom. I went after it, and whatever it was had vanished, and the door was still locked with the chain on and stuff, and I eventually came back to bed and eventually got to sleep. And I woke up the next morning, and the alarm went, and I kind of nudged her, and I said, you know, something incredible happened last night. And before I could say anything, what did you say?
I said, I had a horrible nightmare. I dreamt a ghost walked over my grave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That's an old northern expression. You must have heard that. My mum used to say that.
If you shiver,
yeah.
there's a ghost walking over you.
Is Lily a ghost, or is she still with us?
She's She's running a ladies' seminar.
I bet she is.
Very popular.